Gary says, what are some ways we can use co-citation and content aggregation sites like RSS Master to generate traffic in rankings without promoting potential competitor videos or content? Well, I don't know. That's kind of a good question. RSS Master is really good for, you can create topically relevant or even locally relevant sites, one or the other. It's kind of difficult, depending on what niche you're in, it's kind of difficult to create both topically and niche relevant, like combined type sites. But what do I mean by that? So for example, again, tree service contractors, right, would be the niche that I'm into. So maybe I would create some automated content blogs using something like RSS Master to publish content about landscaping and gardening and tree services and hardscaping and, you know, lawn care, and all of those are closely related type services, right? So or topics. So if I had a blog about all that kind of stuff, it could even be a little bit more general, like home improvement, but I would want to keep it more theme relevant to keep it to like outdoor type services. But you could use that to end up generating traffic, you know, through calls to action and through banners and things like that on that type of a site to push traffic back to your money site. Likewise, you could build locally relevant automated content sites, right? By pulling in newspaper feeds, like so newspaper website feeds, local blogs, which in most you know cities or bigger cities, they're going to have people that blog locally, events calendars, local Facebook pages or Facebook groups, you know, things like that. You can actually pull content in and use to republish to create locally relevant sites, which could also be very, very powerful for backlink building. Like if you want to do it as kind of like create a blog network of these automated content sites that are topically relevant or locally relevant, or both if you can do it, and then use those just to build links back to your primary money sites. But they could also, instead of just for link building purposes, could be used for driving traffic. So that, you know, for actual getting real traffic that would that's relevant to your money site. But you could also do things like sell ad space on those and everything else. RSS Master is pretty powerful. It's real geeky. I hear there's quite a learning curve for setting it up, but that's one way to do it. You just have to be careful on without promoting potential competitor videos or content. You just got to be real careful on your selection of your sources, your content sources, when you set those types of apps up like RSS Master. Remember, you can also use like, I don't know if this is still available, but you can do like even an IFTTT, for example, when you use RSS as a trigger. So if this, right, RSS would be your trigger, then you can actually have a filter that will only allow certain content to pass. I don't know about, see, it looks like Feed Rinse. Feed Rinse was a really cool service that would allow you to add a bunch of, and RSS Master might even have this. I haven't been into it in quite some time, but they might have some sort of filtering process in there where you can add a, like for example, Yahoo Pipes used to have that, right? You could add an RSS feed, but then you could set up filters to where it would only pass certain items from the RSS feed that contained particular keywords, for example. And so everything else wouldn't get published. So that might be something you could do, is add kind of like a negative keyword list and put competitors' names in there and things like that. So in my opinion, it would be about just on the setup process, being real careful and which feeds you're using to create those automated content blogs, and in setting up filters when necessary so that you can filter out any potential competitors. Comments on that?
Yeah, have the VAs go through those RSS feeds periodically to make sure that you're not promoting anybody that's not supposed to be promoted. Because you're supposed to be promoting people with more trust and authority than you. You go and find trusted authoritative blogs in the niche, right? So that immediately should take your competitors out, because you don't want to promote their RSS feeds. So you take those out, and you shouldn't be doing. I keep telling people, man, that's not the semantic mastery way. Is very simple. You train, apply, then go make money. Once you're making money, you go hire a VA so that you can train the VA to help you apply and make money. Lather, rinse, repeat. It's exactly that. If you end up doing everything, you're never going to make as much money as you should be making, and you will actually cost yourself money.
I agree. So I just did a quick Google search, RSS feed filters, and look, I mean, guys use Google. use Google. It can be your best friend. It can also be your worst enemy. But like Sift RSS, I haven't tested this, but there you go. So I want to include items where the title contains and like, description or link, like, so you could do that. Here's another one, Zapier. Zapier, you can create.
Yeah, Bradley, hang on a second. On that one, could you exclude? Could you back? Because that looks really good.
Yeah.
So exclude by URL. There you go. That eliminates the competitor.
Title, description, link.
Contains URL. I think I saw URL somewhere in there.
Link.
Yeah.
Right
there you go.
Yep. So contains, does not contain, exist, does not exist. So right there, siftrss.com. Also, as I was getting ready to say, Zapier, guys, Zapier, you can create RSS feeds with Zapier. And Zapier has a really good internal filtering process that you can add right into the Zaps. So you can use Zapier's filters to create custom super feeds, basically. So again, I would check out either one of those. Zapier's obviously paid. Well, there's a free version of it, but it's pretty much useless. So you gotta
say real quick on the Zapier one that's super. There's some really cool options if you need to get more complex with it. Just keep an eye out because you can quickly burn through your operations if feeds are updated really quickly. So just to be aware.
Yeah, that's true. But this is definitely a good option.